Welcome to Weekly Cheats, where after a week of eating clean, it's time for something sweet. Today we're going to be making homemade Oreo cookies with cream cheese frosting in the center. This is a recipe that I've had in my life since I was a little kid growing up, and it's delicious. And there's a lot of ways that you can play with this. So we're going to make those today. First things first, we're going to clean off our countertop though. So the cookie recipe for this is so simple. 1 package of your Devil's Food Cake mix. It's going to be a ½ cup of Crisco shortening and 2 eggs. That's it. Okay, so we've got the ovens preheating at 350 degrees. I've got an extra large cookie sheet, so I think this ought to be enough for the whole thing. We'll see if I need to get a second one. We're going to do 1.5 ounces of cookie dough per cookie. So you have 2 on each side. So we'll have some good sized cookies because we'll load that up with cream cheese frosting as well. We'll bake these for 12 minutes at 350 degrees. Those look good. We've let these cool for a minute or two, so now we can get them onto the cooling racks. So leave them out to cool on your countertop for 30 minutes to an hour, or if you want to put them in your fridge to speed that process up, that works too. For the cream cheese frosting that goes in the center, it's pretty simple. We're going to do 1 stick of butter, 1 package, 8-ounce package of cream cheese. This matters, okay? The brand that we're using needs to be Philadelphia. I've tried all the other brands of cream cheese and they are all inferior. We're going to beat these together first, and then we'll add a ½ teaspoon of our vanilla, and it's 16 ounces or 1 pound of powdered sugar. You want your butter and your cream cheese to be at room temperature. If it's still cold, it's not gonna mix very well. So make sure that you've got them at room temperature. All right, and we'll just slowly add our powdered sugar. This again, I just weigh this out. It's 16 ounces, 1 pound, and add about half of it to start. Maybe a little less than half. Slowly mix that in. Add our last little bit of powdered sugar. You know what, I'm just gonna. Okay, so we've got our cookies here. We have our frosting here. We're ready to load these up. Now, super liberal with the frosting on these, okay? So the cookies are nice and cooled down. I know I talk a lot of smack about Oreos, real Oreos, because I just don't like them. But these, I really enjoy. Growing up as a kid, my mom used to make these all the time, especially for Halloween. We would have these for like Halloween things. Actually, we can add a little more cream cheese on that. Used to make these for Halloween all the time. And one of the things that we would do is we would, oh yeah, that is a good frosting to cookie ratio right there. All right. So yeah, one of the things that we'd always do is for Halloween, we'd get like black licorice and stick little things in there so it looked like a spider legs, and then she'd get little M&Ms and put them on the top. So you've got your cute little spiders or whatever for Halloween. Fun to make with kids. As the kids, my mom would always frost the cookies for us, and then we would add the spider legs. If you want to make this for something like the 4th of July, you can also just get sprinkles and you can just roll it through them along the edges like that, and yeah, have sprinkles, festive sprinkles. See, they're pretty versatile. One thing that my family does that I've never seen anybody else do with these is we freeze them, and we like to eat them still cold. So maybe not completely frozen, but they've been in the fridge for a little while, had some time to thaw out a little bit. And that way, when you bite into it, your cream cheese stays in place. All right, so this yields, when we do roughly 1.5 ounces per cookie of dough, ½ dozen cookies. So in this case, we do have some frosting left over, so we can save this for later if we like. Just It freezes and keeps real well in the freezer. Okay, we've got our homemade Oreos here. This one I did not freeze, just so I can show you what happens when you bite into it or cut into it in this case, versus one that is frozen. I think they taste way better frozen anyways. Yeah, so let's cut into them. Frozen. Boom, yes. Look at that. Room temp. Yeah, that is not a good thing to have happen, right? That's what you want every time. That's good. If you like this video, please remember to subscribe and turn on the notification icon. We post new content every Thursday at noon Eastern. Feel free to give me a comment and let me know what type of cookie you'd like to learn how to make next through Weekly Cheats. Until then, enjoy the recipe. I do.